Hello and welcome to Fleet Smarts. We know you. You're a small business. You're the backbone of our economy. You account for 75% of all employment and more than half our GDP. Too busy to worry about one of the major costs of just running your business, the vehicles you use day to day in your operations. That is your fleet. We're going to address that business expense, show you how to minimize costs, how to maximize efficiencies. We'll have industry experts on as guests in every episode. We'll answer your questions. We'll solve your problems. Welcome to Fleet Smarts.
Welcome to Fleet Smarts, and today our guest is Steve Macaluso, one of the most knowledgeable automotive people I know and a good friend. Steve, the appearance has changed a little bit since I last saw you.
Thanks for noticing that, Bobby. It is Movember, and
yeah.
I'm a proud participant in the Movember program where you grow your mustache, hoping to earn some money on behalf of men's prostate cancer. So,
wonderful.
And I'm hoping I can get you as a donor or a sponsor for me.
We'll trade pledges.
You got it, my friend. You got it. You got it.
So, in layman's terms, what is Carproof?
Carproof is really Canada's most comprehensive vehicle history report. It's really a service that's been built to help the consumers, and what it does is it paints a true picture of a used vehicle in the marketplace, telling a lot about the vehicle's history and past. It's again trusted by the consumer. It allows for peace of mind when purchasing or even selling a vehicle for that matter. And we're proudly a Canadian company, Bob, and based out of London, Ontario, but we're across Canada and we're fully bilingual, so we're pretty proud of being a good Canadian company.
Perfect. When did it start? When did
Carproof started back in the late 90s, and it's a little bit of a story.
Sure.
But we have a couple of owners that saw a need in the Canadian marketplace for a system to be created for a consolidated lien search. So they went to work and built this product called LienQuest, and what that was a way to consolidate lien searches throughout Canada, which really helped dealers and anybody looking to source liens across the country. From there, the company saw a need for a bigger, more robust product for the consumer, which was building a vehicle history report. And from there, they created Carproof. And from then on, Carproof has, again, really been based on building a history about a used vehicle. And to this day, we continue to build on and work to grow our data sources to provide a better product every day.
Spectacular. Sounds great. Now, our target, of course, is small business, small fleet. Now, most of these people are just excellent at what they do, not so good in automotive. So a lot of them, too, their fleet consists of used vehicles, and they may even bring on used vehicles. So what's the application for them? Is this a good application?
I think it's a great application, especially when you're talking about small fleet owners. Specifically, I think a lot of them start out by buying used vehicles.
Yeah.
And again, these are some pretty significant investments based on whatever business they're doing. And to pull a Carproof, if you're buying a used vehicle to start your fleet out, to pull that Carproof is probably a very small investment to provide you peace of mind and ensuring that you get the right product for your fleet right out of the gate.
Well, we're passionate about small business because, after all, they contribute 75% of the employment in this country and well over 55% of the GDP. So are you with us on that? You're supporting small business?
100%.
Good, good. Now, the fact-finding coverage and comprehensive network that you supplied, it's North American wide, right?
That's correct.
That's
we have full Canadian coverage, very, very comprehensive, the most comprehensive coverage in Canada. But on top of that, we also have a relationship with Experian Automotive based out of the United States, which is a very well-respected vehicle history report program called AutoCheck.
Yes.
So we're happy to say we've both got all the Canadian data as well as U.S. data incorporated into our reports.
Well, that's perfect. Now, how does somebody gain access to a Carproof report?
It's pretty easy. We're a 100% web-based company, Bob. So all a customer would need was a VIN number, access to a website, and a credit card. And from there, it's very simple. We offer a few different products on that website. The first being our Carproof claims report, and that's for $34.95. Sorry, and that is really the most comprehensive data in regards to the claims of a vehicle. So it gives you full Canadian coverage on data, odometer readings, as well as critical accident data, U.S. history, and vehicle registration and imported vehicle information.
Right. So is this provided by dealers? If I'm Danny the plumber in Thunder Bay and I'm buying a used vehicle, do I go to that dealer and say, let me see the Carproof, or do I apply for a Carproof report myself?
Well, the great question again, and we're happy to say that we've got a lot of dealers out there right now that they're considered Carproof dealers.
Yeah.
Very happy to wave our banner, and they're the dealers out there that are being upfront and providing full disclosure, being partners with Carproof.
Yes.
But if the dealer doesn't, for example, offer you a Carproof, or you're going for a private sale, I would encourage any small business owner to go out and pull that Carproof to get the history on the vehicle.
Perfect. Now, you talked about liens earlier, and that's nasty if you happen to get caught up in that. What about liens on vehicles? Your report will show that as well?
Absolutely.
Clear of liens?
Back to the other services we offer, our website will tell our consumers the 3 different types of reports they can pull, and the second report would be our Carproof Verified report, which does a full cross-Canada lien search on the vehicles. And obviously, there are some people out there, Bob, that are trying to sell their vehicles but haven't quite paid it off to the bank yet, and you know how the bank likes that. So
slight oversight.
Right.
Well, and how about now, too? In the used car industry, it's ebb and flow with the exchange on the dollar, I understand, but there are vehicles landing here that came in from the U.S., so they may have a little bit of a spotted history or what have you. What about that?
Correct. And again, back to our North American coverage, we've got that partnership or relationship down in the U.S. with Experian, so we're able to gather all sorts of information regarding any type of accidents or damages or odometer records out of the United States. As well, we also cover proper vehicle registration into Canada through the RIV.
Wow.
So we're happy to say that we report on all vehicles coming north of the border as well, too.
Wow. Now, you just touched on odometer readings. With today's digital odometers, is there still a concern about that? I mean, it's a...
100%. I think the industry's cleaned itself up, but there is always some wariness over odometer readings. But what we do is we provide odometer readings to show the track record of a vehicle, but we only provide verifiable odometer readings, and that we feel that's very important because we have to go back through our third parties. As long as a third party can verify that odometer reading, then we will provide that on a report. But sometimes people will go into a ministry office to renew their license sticker, and they ask you what your odometer reading is, and they're not quite sure. So we tend to hold those back, but we're really looking for verifiable odometer readings based on our report.
And that's verifiable is based on what, a history of servicing or what have you?
Could be service history, could be manufacturer warranty claims. We've got a bunch of different data sources that and again, as I said, we continue to grow those data sources, looking to build the best history of a vehicle we can.
Perfect. So it's a cross-reference. Gotcha. This is verifiable, so we'll put it out there.
Exactly.
Perfect. Now, if you were to give a small business, therefore a small fleet, one piece of advice when they're buying a vehicle, especially a used vehicle, what would that be?
I think obviously pull a Carproof. If you're buying a used vehicle, there's a lot of value and peace of mind knowing exactly what you're buying. And on the flip side, you can also use that as a sales tool. So when you go to turn that fleet and sell that vehicle again, it just gives you the opportunity to provide your customer now who's purchasing your vehicle with peace of mind, and it shows that you're upfront disclosing everything you know about that car. So the tool can be used both as a buyer and as a seller.
Wonderful. I tell you what, Steve, every time I sit with you, I learn something, and today's no exception. Thank you very much for being with us, and I'll tell you what, I'd like to get you back again soon.
I appreciate that very much. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Did you just buy this car? This was my car. You see how it's crooked here and it doesn't exactly line up? That's where I hit the deer. I'm driving super fast. This deer comes out of nowhere. I slam on the brakes. They don't work. So I pop it into reverse. The transmission flies right off the car. I still hit the deer, roll into a ditch, completely total the car. I can't believe they fixed it up like this. You're gonna love this car.
Don't buy someone else's problems. When buying a used car, get a detailed vehicle history report from Carproof. Visit us at carproof.com.